Hey everybody, this is Tyler Wilson here at J&L Marketing. We've got a few people just signing up now. We're going to just wait about another 30 or 60 seconds and then we'll get started. Thank you all for joining us here today. All right, everybody, Tyler Wilson here at J&L Marketing. I am the digital strategist here. Just want to give everybody a quick intro about our webinar today, the 3 easy hacks to double your car sales. Now, the whole purpose of the webinar is that these are going to be 3 actionable insights that you can implement today or even this month without actually increasing your ad budget. Oftentimes, the very first thing that people will look to do to increase their revenue, increase their sales is to boost their ad spend. And honestly, that's one of the last things you should be looking at. First, let's look at what are the things we can do right now within our budget to optimize our account, and then you should be looking to increase. So these are 3 actionable things that you can do without increasing your ad spend. So let's get started. Okay, just give everyone a brief overview or a little agenda of what we're going to go over. Just going to give a quick overview about J&L and about our company, about the digital space. Then we're going to jump right into it. Hack 1, 2, and 3. And then at the end, we're going to put them all together for a winning digital strategy. Because obviously, knowing is half the battle, but implementing is the other half here. So just to give you a quick background about J&L Marketing for everybody that's not familiar, we're a digital and direct marketing solutions company that has been primarily in the automotive space for 30 plus years. We are on the digital space, Google, Bing, and marketing preferred partners, which is excellent. It gives us access to a lot of insights, betas, behind the scenes support. It really helps us bring our campaigns and help our customers get to the next level online. And then, of course, we've been working with OEMs across the nation and across the world. And here's just a handful of a number of partners that we work with today. So let's just jump right into it. 3 easy hacks. Okay, well, the whole purpose of this webinar is to give you a little more insight of how to connect your business and the internet. Because that's almost that's the holy grail is I've got all this direct mail, I've got all this traditional, I've got all this offline information, but I don't really know how to reach these people online. So some of the insights we're going to get into is how to use that data, that very, very valuable data that you have, whether it's your CRM data, whether it's your database of your vehicles, whatever data that you have to your disposal, you can actually use that to your advantage online. And I'm going to hit on some of those secrets. But the ultimate thing that we need to think about here is data-driven decision making in business. So every decision that we can make is based upon what the data is telling us. And what that allows us to do is test things and optimize things, but constantly be able to revolve and hone wherever our goal is based upon the data that we have coming in. So what we can do is say, okay, this is our goal. We want to sell more cars, okay? We need to establish a baseline. Then we need to go through what are all the things that we can do from there. Let's define our objectives. Let's gather the data. Let's analyze and think about, okay, what are we doing? How is our ad copy? Really, when you take a step back and you look at all your data, but then you process it and use it to drive your decisions in business, it really helps you take that to the next level. So one thing that Google has come up with, and you may have seen this before, these are called the micro moments in the car shopping process. So there's really truly 5 micro moments, and these are the moments that the consumer is going through in their car shopping process. And if you're not aligning your strategy and aligning your ad copy and your marketing and everything with these micro moments, then you're really missing the boat here. So here they are. Which car is best? So this is the very first step. Maybe I don't know what I need, but I'm just going to go through that process. Maybe I need a van. Maybe I need a truck. Maybe I need an SUV. Okay, is it right for me? And then, okay, now I've just kind of decided what I'm looking for and what are the best types of cars, but does it really fit my lifestyle? Can I afford it? Obviously, very, very important. Everybody, for the most, like a lot of consumers nowadays are very payment driven. So does this fit into my monthly budget? Where should I buy it? Now, we're talking about people that are very, very close to the bottom of the funnel. They've already done all their homework. They've already put in 20 to 30 hours worth of research. Now they're going to be looking at where to buy. And this is really, really where it's crucial that your ads have got to separate yourself from the competition. These are people ready to buy in market today. And if you're not getting them now, then you're not going to get them at all. And then the last, am I getting a deal? So, of course, everybody, once they finally decide where they're going to buy it, everybody's going to second guess themselves. Buyer's remorse, right? This is a big purchase for them. They don't want to second guess. So am I getting a good deal? And if you can make them feel confident that they are, then you really close the gap here. So let's get started then. This is hack number 1. Using your CRM database online. This is your CRM, your DMS, whatever you have that customer information in. This is your number 1 most valuable tool to your disposal. You use all your marketing and advertising, everything runs through this database, right? So how are you using it online? Because if you're not, you are really, really missing out here. So let's just look at some ways. So why use it? Well, for starters, you can use it on the core digital channels that you're already going to be on anyway. Paid search, display, video, social, Gmail. All of those channels allow you to do customer matched targeting and allow you to both include and exclude those audiences. So when you look at this funnel, this awareness, interest, decision, and action, you need to align that with the micro moments that we hit on before, but then also align it with the channels. So we know people in the display and video are probably more in the awareness and interest parts of the funnel, whereas people doing paid search and social, they may be more closer to the interest or decision making. It really depends on where they're at in that journey. But if you can align your audiences with these channels and align it with your messaging, then you can really hone in and drive them down the funnel. Well, let's take an example. So say you go into Google and you type in used car for sale. Now you're going to have a plethora of different competitors and advertisers, and everybody's going to be offering the lowest price, the best deals, number 1 dealership, everything. You know, how can you really separate yourself from the competition when everybody's got the best deal and has what you need, right? Well, that's where you can really use your CRM to your advantage here. And so if you want to work on retaining more customers, what you can do is you can upload that customer database and you can match back against those people, again, on paid search via Google, whether it's Facebook advertising, video advertising, you name it. But what that allows you to do is you can increase your bids, or you can even budget specifically for that audience. So that way you are consistently always hitting them with ads to help your retention. This is really, really useful from the service perspective, but especially when somebody's looking to buy a new vehicle. So if you know that they bought their last vehicle from you already, then if people are doing a search for used car for sale, most likely they're probably looking to defect from your dealership. Because if they're already familiar with you, then why wouldn't you be the first, place they look to in their time of need? So by layering in your customer match audience into your paid search, into your YouTube, into your Facebook, into your Gmail, into all these effective advertising channels, it really can help you get your message and retain more of your valuable customers. On the other end of the coin, you've got conquesting new traffic. So let's say you really want to focus on conquesting new customers only to your dealership. Well, again, we can take that CRM, that database information, we can upload it and match back. And we're not going to match 100%. We might match 40 to 50%. But then we can also layer in some other things. So why don't we exclude that audience, but we'll also exclude anybody that has visited the website in the last 30 to 60 days. Now, again, that's not necessarily 100% of people that have bought from you, but these are people that are actively, engaging with your website from the last 30 days. So if we really want to conquest new customers only, let's start looking at known audiences and exclude them, and then go after people that are in the unknown audiences. So using your CRM is number 1. It's by far my number 1 hack. And if you're not using it in your digital marketing today, then you really get on the phone with somebody today. Give me a call. I've got my information listed here at the end of the webinar. I will help you get it set up today, and we will get it going. Okay, so obviously everybody knows how valuable the CRM is, but it's not that it's valuable offline. It's even more valuable to us online. So again, just to reinforce that, please, please, please take that information and do something with it, okay? Hack number 2. Using your vehicle database online. So just like your CRM database, your vehicle database is extremely valuable. But where this really comes into play is to maximize your advertising dollars. Because it really doesn't make a lot of sense for us in the used inventory, especially, to be bidding on, a 2008 Jeep Wrangler when you don't even have a 2008 Jeep Wrangler in stock. Or maybe you had one in stock last week and now it's sold, but you're still bidding on that keyword and sending traffic to your website. It's not a good user experience, and it's really not a good use of your ad dollars. So if you use your vehicle database information, you can dynamically generate paid search ads, do dynamic retargeting ads, both on display and on Facebook especially, and drive those people back into that VDP, that vehicle details page, drive them back and convert them onto your site. So we know that, a good chunk, 90 to 95% of your audience probably is coming to your website, browsing it, and then leaving. That's what they're going to do on their first time. Now, our goal is to get them back and get them back and get them back. Well, the dynamic retargeting aspect is going to help with that 100%. And this really comes into play because we know remarketing audiences and customer list audiences are going to give us the best return on our investment just because the audience is, ultimately the most in market for vehicles. But these dynamic VIN-specific retargeting audiences take it to the next level by serving you the exact vehicle that you were just browsing. Additionally, within paid search, we can bid on only the vehicles that we have in stock and then show matching ad copy that's going to relate, whether it's the year, the make, the model, the price, the mileage, the trim. There's a number of different fields that we are pulling in from the database feed that can be injected to make your ad that much stronger and to help your quality score go up, which ultimately is going to lower your cost per click and give you more traffic for that same budget. Again, our whole goal is to let's get more out of our budget before increasing our budget. And once we're satisfied with what we've got, then we can start increasing the budget. But let's hone in our audiences, make our ads better, make our keywords better, but really take advantage of this database to do all of that for us. So here's just a few examples of what this looks like. You can see on the left side, here's a mobile version. So a 2016 Honda Odyssey price. You can see the first ad that showed up was a CarGurus. It's very generic, local used 2016 Honda Odyssey. Doesn't really speak much. Now it is related to the Honda Odyssey, but it doesn't really speak much to me as a consumer. Now look at the ad below it. 2016 Honda Odyssey. Buy for as low as $29,382. We've got a call extension in there. We've got a lot of ad text. We're utilizing all of our headlines and description lines, our site link extensions, structured snippets, call outs, all the extensions to our, that we have available. We're taking advantage of that. And so by dynamically injecting the price and these features into the ad, it makes it much more relevant to the user. In the middle, you see this is a dynamic retargeting ad for Facebook, where you can see the user was looking at a 2017 Kia Sportage, and the price is coming in at $13,990. And then when you click the shop now, that's going to take you to that specific VDP on the website. The same with the ad on the right. That's a Google display ad, but that'll serve on ESPN, weather.com, wherever you've got. Now, this is just a quick case study that I pulled from Facebook, and it's not necessarily in the automotive space, but it just shows you a little bit of the impact of the dynamic product ads versus even using a custom audience. So even if you uploaded your own custom audience, look at the before and after. The click-through rate, 75% improvement. The cost per click's down 78%. The cost per order dropped 60%, and the return on ad spend was 23% higher. So all in all, it's just going to generate a better user experience, and it's going to move the needle for you at the dealership without actually spending $1 more. In fact, you might even pay less than you're spending now because your cost per click has gone lower and your targeting audience for the retargeting has gotten smaller because you're only serving people that have interacted with that VDP on your page. I do have a bonus hack that comes along with the CRM data, and that's Facebook Marketplace. So Facebook Marketplace, now this is only available for used vehicles only, but Facebook Marketplace is kind of exploding in regards of vehicle shopping. So not only do you have individual consumers listing all of your inventory, but dealerships as well can list their used inventory and interact directly with the consumer via the Facebook page. So oftentimes our dealers that are on Marketplace will see a huge jump in leads, but also their inbox will be filled every day with several messages. Is this still in stock? Hey, I'm looking for this vehicle. What's the price on this? So utilizing Facebook Marketplace, which if you're not, again, please reach out at the end and we can have a conversation and we get you going on this. It's very inexpensive and you can get your return on your investment very, very quickly. Okay, so we hit on the value of your CRM and the value of your vehicle database. The data that you have in-house that is really the life and blood of your dealership. My hack 3, it sounds like it's counterintuitive to your sales, but it really is not. Maxing out your service base and booking more online will not only increase your service revenue, but it will absolutely increase your sales revenue as well. There is data that supports that, saying that the more times you can get a customer to come back to your dealership during the year, whether it's service, whether it's shopping, whatever they're doing, if that's 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and so on, the more times they come back, the chances of them buying their next vehicle from you goes up dramatically every single encounter. So again, get them back for service, retain your customers, and then ultimately bring them back as a lifetime customer. So we're all probably familiar and have heard this principle for the 80-20 rule, right? So 20% of your customers are going to make up 80% of your revenue. So you know this looking at your service bay, right? The service bay is probably the same 80% of customers that you see time and time and time again, which is great. But what about the other 20% that you're losing, or even more than that if you're defecting or you're losing more of your customers to third-party shops? Well, again, take advantage of your customer database. Use that customer match and retain those customers by serving them ads specific. Maybe you have service specials that are just specific to only your current customers. Well, you can send them emails, you can send them direct mail pieces and so on. And you can also upload those databases and send them Facebook ads and Google ads and things like that. But really, the 80-20 rule is so crucial because 20% of your customers making up most of your revenue, but also it goes around to a lot of other things. Are you spending most of your time focused on little return? This is where you need to use automation. You need to take advantage of this dynamic insertion. You need to take advantage of everything to your disposal to where you can save more time and invest in that 80% that's going to return and keep your lights on. So, it's all about moving them from a happy to or unhappy to happy. You have to provide a great customer experience while they're there. So not only is it about serving them ads, but also keeping up with your engagement, whether it's your Google My Business reviews, your Facebook reviews, getting more reviews from people that are coming into your dealership, making sure that you're engaging with them if they're chatting with you. All these things are very simple things you can do without actually opening your checkbook. It's, customer service 101. Walk them to the bathroom, smile, engage with people, make them want to come into your dealership, and that alone is going to, pay its dividends in full. So I just want to briefly talk about a local dealership that I did a search for and, why from a consumer it wasn't the best experience. So I'm located in Louisville, Kentucky, and I went on to Google and I did a search for Honda service near me. Okay, so as a consumer, I would fully expect the ad copy to be related to Honda service and probably from a local dealership. Well, I'm not going to sit here and bash this advertiser, but I'm going to show you what happens here. So I typed in Honda service near me, and this is the ad I was served. So you can see, and I blurred out some of the dealer information here because I don't want to put any on blast, but no mention of Honda or service or anything. I'm sorry, Honda was mentioned a couple times, nothing service related, nothing like that at all. There's no service specials, there's no coupons, there's nothing that actually speaks to what I was looking for. And when I clicked on this ad, it actually took me to a landing page that offered new Hondas for sale. So from a consumer, it's a very poor experience because my expectations were to see an ad for service and to land on a landing page that was related to service. When in reality, the ad did not really speak to what I needed at all and took me to a landing page that was completely unrelated. And as a consumer, I'm probably going to leave. And the issue with this is paid search operates on a cost per click model. So the advertiser probably just paid $2 or $3, maybe higher, to get me to come to their site. And if I'm going to come and bounce, there's no value there. You're basically out $2 or $3 every single time that happens. So one of the easiest things you can do is making sure that your ad copy and your keywords and your landing page are all incongruent and all make sense. So let me give you an example of another dealership, a dealer that we have. So I typed in Johnson City Honda service, but to be fair, this ad would have come up with any sort of Honda service near me, anything Honda related. So, but look at the ad, what it speaks to and why it just creates a better customer experience. So the ad headline speaks to Johnson City Honda service, certified Honda techs. We've got Honda factory certified technicians, schedule your service at Honda. And then we've got the offers below, $10 off vehicle oil change. We've got service discounts, an alignment special, manager special. We've got our phone number. And then the landing page is very service related. So it's not that it's brain science to go through this whole process. It's taking back and thinking logically, okay, where are my ads landing people? Is it the right page on the site? That's step one. If it's not, then adjust your strategy. And then it's the keywords. Do the keywords and the ad copy align with each other? And if not, again, take a step back and realign your strategy. And ultimately, that's going to save you money in the long run, because Google operates on something called a quality score for paid search. And the higher your quality score is, ultimately, the less you'll pay per click in the ad auction. So if you can get your quality score up to a 10 out of 10, then you're only going to pay half of what somebody at 5 out of 10 is at. So really just focus on the customer experience, focus on improving your quality score, and focus on using that data to your advantage to retain as many customers as you can. Okay, so 3 easy hacks, right? Let's recap. Use your CRM. Use it to your advantage. Retain more customers, conquest more customers. Use all the data that you have to your advantage online. Okay? Hack 2. Use that vehicle database and utilize dynamic VIN paid search and retargeting ads to provide a better customer experience and to help bolster your quality score, which ultimately is going to provide you more conversions at a lower cost on your site. And the third hack is to basically max out your service base, make sure you're doing everything that you can do to schedule more online. And the easiest thing along those lines is make sure you're driving service traffic to a service landing page. And it's kind of amazing when you go online and do it yourself. Go online and start doing a search. X service near me, Toyota service, Toyota dealer service. Look at the ads and look at where they're driving people and see if it all aligns. And look at your own site and do that exercise on your own. Align everything together. This is going to help you retain more customers. It's going to help you conquest more customers as well. Use critical thinking. I mean, it's almost a no-brainer, but everything that is online is evaluated with data. And you can use data to drive your decision making, but you have to be able to be reasonable and problem solve and evaluate and be a critical thinker and understand what this data means and what can I do with it. And that's what, one of our focuses here at J&L is we pride ourselves in the fact that it may take us a little bit longer to set up campaigns, and we probably will put a little bit more effort into the build out, but that's because we're doing more of the analysis and looking at what's the online data, what's the offline data, what are the audiences that make sense, what can we exclude, or what should we exclude, and then having that conversation with the dealer and saying, hey, this is what we're seeing. What do you think? Is this aligning with your revenue? What about geographically? How does this align with what you're seeing? But really taking all that data and aligning it with your business goals and your metrics and then measuring them month over month after month is going to take your dealership to the next level. It's going to help you go from, 50 cars a month to 70 cars a month to 100 cars a month. And next thing you know, you'll be just, have everything streamlined. But before you spend another dollar in your digital advertising, go through all 3 of these things and make sure that you're doing them. And if you're not, then it's time to start having conversations. So again, my name is Tyler Wilson. I'm the digital strategist here at J&L Marketing. My contact information is here below. I hope everybody enjoyed today's webinar and was able to learn a little bit of something. I did have a couple questions that came through, so I'm going to be addressing those very shortly. I'll respond to you directly via your email. But if anybody has any comments, questions, anything at all that they just didn't understand or want to know more about, here's my direct line. Please feel free to reach out. And again, I want to thank everybody for being here today, and I look forward to speak with you again.